We talked to Ben Micah, the Minister for Public Enterprise and State Investments, on the purchase of MTV as the second major television station owned by the government. Minister Micah speaks about how the government can maximize these two TV stations to provide accessible information to the bulk of the population. Thank you, Minister Ben Micah, for joining us on NBC's PNG Tonight. You are on this government television station. You've just bought another one. You'd have to be a unique government to have two television stations, MTV. Can we talk on that?
Of course, as you know, before television came along, radio was the main medium of communicating with our population right throughout the country.
And it was the NBC.
Yes, NBC. I'm sure you were also a former NBC staff.
True.
And then came along NTN, one company, and MTV.
Yes.
And then NTN somehow folded. And
it went to black.
Yes, and MTV continued to broadcast as a company privately owned by people from Fiji Television. And they have survived and built up a viewer base in the country, which is significantly large.
Okay.
And so then some years ago, the government decided to set up a TV arm of NBC, and so Kundu and now NBC, which we are here today. Mm-hmm. And so as you can see, one is owned by government through telecom. One is directly owned by government under NBC, which comes under the Minister for Communication. But as you can see, they're all government owned, they are all information mediums of the government. And so this acquisition is really meant to consolidate the telecommunication network of telecom by feeding, more content in through our transmission infrastructure. But at the same time, we intend to look at how we can rationalize or amalgamate all these, broadcasting assets or infrastructure of the government so that we can be able to have a far greater reach on government programs.
At the end of the day, Minister, it's getting information out. You're going to have to duplicate it. You're going to amalgamate NBC and MTV together to have a solid voice to go forward with the information star Papua New Guinea here.
Yeah. Well, maybe we're looking at something similar to ABC and SBS in Australia. Maybe NBC will continue to run its programs, a lot of them more community-based, through the greater NBC network. And MTV will continue to be a free-to-air TV, but mostly running commercial content in a lot of its programs. Yeah.
Okay. Cost 20 million.
20 million, yes. 12 million was the actual acquisition, but it came along with a 8 million kina cash in the bank. So,
is that a good purchase, or did you pay more?
I think we paid for something that is worth what it is.
Was it making money at that time?
This company turns over about 24 to 25 million kina a year. Not bad. But now that we have direct ownership and maybe direction now under telecom, we can be able to give it more business by putting a lot of our SOE advertisements and promotions and whatever through this company. So maybe double, triple the revenue, we never know.
Okay. Timing, not an accident. Elections very soon, APEC coming up. So you want to have control over certain information about all these things.
Actually, not really.
Not control, but have a greater say, if you will.
Maybe we will not control the content. I think MTV will...
The laws probably won't allow you anyway.
The MTV will continue to do what it's currently doing. No control, no interference by government over what is going to be broadcasted. I think they've done a great job over the last, many years. And I think we will continue to allow the liberal way the television station, like the media is being run. But as you know, they have to do it responsibly. Government, will have to use it like everyone else. So I assure the public and any concern out there that there will be some kind of censorship of news or whatever. As far as I'm concerned, there won't be any such
thing. It
things.
will give you an opportunity to have a lot of government programs on, though, because there's airtime there that you can utilize.
But that is why I'm saying about these two television stations, NBC and MTV. Now that we have at least control over the board, we can be able to ensure that there is more input from government, exactly what he was saying, into two television stations. We'll have to look at how we can maximize, the available, transmission facilities that are now available to us for education and health and, so many other programs of the government to be put through to our television stations. There is a big discussion about e-commerce, agriculture, education, health. And then we set up the IGIS, the Integrated Government Information System, which is maybe not really delivered fully, but it's there. The aim is to combine IGIS, which is mostly through internet and social media networking, plus MTV and NBC. So we can be able to get both voice, data, and all other kinds of mediums of communicating information out to much bigger audience out there that really needs to know what the government is doing.
And the NBC has been that avenue that gets that information across for many, many years through radio.
Yes.
And then with television, it didn't get a lot of government assistance, did it, at that time? And now that we've got another one under telecom, will we get some assistance from you and the NBC?
Of course. I think I am discussing with the Minister for Communication and the Prime Minister to see how we can rationalize these mediums so that we can get more from combining the assets and ensure that the programs, put together so that they can go out more to the people.
Okay, all right. Minister, well, for television, MTV, NBC, we'll leave it there. We'll get on to, I think, telecom and perhaps a little bit on PNG Power after this break.